from what you've seen, how well equipped are we at the border, and do we have the resources to both process future citizens and keep the bad actors out?
I want to take a moment just to recognize the fact that so many elected officials across the country have come to Yuma, Arizona to look and see what we have on the ground, what's deployed, what's working well, and what's not. Most recently, Senator Sinema, and I see my good friend Austin here somewhere, but she led a bipartisan group of senators to come to Yuma and observe firsthand the tools that Border Patrol or state, local, and federal officials have in their toolbox to effectively combat the illegal entry into the United States. On our western front, because we have two fronts in Yuma, we have a western front and we have a southern front, and that western front borders Baja California, and that's where we have the majority of the people peaceably coming across. We don't necessarily have challenges other than they are the give-ups. In that region, the majority of the fence or the wall is complete. We have an old legacy surveillance system, which includes ground sensors as well as cameras. Under President Trump, they were integrating new technology with sensors, additional sensors and additional cameras along the western border and also along our southern border, in addition to having the physical barrier. Just remember, all of those are tools in the toolbox. They give operational control, not total control of the border. Sad to see that on our southern border, where we have bad actors, the fentanyl and the human trafficking element surging at the border, and where we had almost 80 deaths in the desert last year, all of those sensors and those surveillance cameras have been removed under this current administration. Therefore, taking tools out of the toolbox from state, local, and federal officials to effectively combat everything that we're talking about here today, the illegal entry into the United States in all forms. That's frustrating for us on the ground. And as I have taken our elected officials to the border so that they can observe firsthand, each one of them has reiterated to me, no matter where they are coming from in the United States, it's not a Yuma problem, it's not an Arizona problem, it is a national problem. Border security is national security, which leads to food security and every other form of security. We need to finalize and complete and give all of the tools to our law enforcement officials so that they can then keep us safe. It's our first line of defense in keeping our families and this nation safe. And I appreciate Jonathan mentioning the Yuma commitment to agriculture. It's one of our three pillars aside from the military. Military has been affected with people coming across the bombing range, so they effectively have to shut down live fire operations. The Marine Corps holds its Top Gun in Yuma every 6 months. It's called WTI, Weapons and Tactical Instruction. They shut down exercises when you have thousands of Marines engaging in a simulation of combat and actually dropping real live fire munitions as people are walking across the border. And in talking with them and in talking with some of the people who come across, that's done intentional. The cartels are targeting these areas, pushing people across where we don't have the resources, or it's interfering with our national security as well.